Hi,
Right.
I'm Mark. I'm an operator here at the Town of Midland wastewater plant. And throughout the rain events that we've been having recently and the melt events, our plant goes into overflow events. And that's when our tanks, our machines, our pumps, they cannot handle the flow that is coming through the plant. So that's why we go into an overflow event through what we'll see next. At this moment, there's 300 liters per second coming through the plant, and that's not including the storm event that is happening right now through the storm tank.
All right, so this is not flow from our storm sewers, like the grates you see at the side of the road. This is coming in from what would be covered by the manholes in the middle of the road, our actual sewers, our sanitary sewers, right?
Yeah, sanitary sewers, so that should be any sort of sanitary waste from commercial properties, industrial properties, residential properties. But where we get into a problem here is it could be unauthorized tie-ins through people's sump pumps, through people's roof drains, eaves troughs. So that's not approved by law. It's not approved to be tied into our sanitary sewer system. And furthermore, we don't need to treat that water. That water is not contaminated. It's rainwater, it's meltwater. We don't really need to be spending money on it, treating it here with wastewater.
All right, so this major flow, this spike right now, it's not because everyone's home flushing the toilet. Obviously, there's rainwater and meltwater that's seeping into the sanitary sewer system and coming in through the headworks, which we're going to see in a minute, right? So we've been working hard to separate sewers because back in the old days when Midland was built, everything was combined, where the rainwater and the sewer were all combined in the same pipe. So we've been ripping up roads and separating those sewers to try and, keep the rainwater directly into the bay where it belongs, and the sewer water not mixed with the rainwater coming into our treatment plant here that we're constantly upgrading as well.
Yeah, that's correct. So yeah, it's like you said, a combination of the ground is thawing, so there's the thaw there. We've had significant rain. We've had more snow than we've had in previous years. We have all that melting. I've heard today that we've had as much rain as we normally get in this month. We've had it since Sunday, so significant rain. We've spent a lot of money upgrading our facility, of relining aged infrastructure in place, of doing reconstruction of streets with those combined sewers. So we're really trying to avoid bringing any meltwater, rainwater, precipitation through the plant here. This is meant for sewage.
You're going to take me through and show me kind of the process from where the sewage and stormwater clearly is coming into our plant, what happens to it when it's a higher flow than the plant can normally handle, where it goes next, and then ultimately if this holding tank that we're going to see nears its capacity, the only option other than letting it spill out all over the road and the lawn here is to lightly treat it and discharge it into Georgian Bay. And we're going to see that too, and I think that's important for us to actually visually understand how this process works.
Okay, this is our main headworks. This is our inlet, the full plant. So here we have two channels. We have a primary channel and a secondary channel. And what this valve is doing is trying to maximize the flow through our primary channel to go through all of our equipment. If that max flow is achieved, then we're kicking the flow to the secondary channel, which goes to our spare set of equipment. So we're trying to maximize the flow through the plant, through the treatment process, before the valve upstream, which diverts it to the storm tank, which we try to avoid at all costs. So we're standing at our storm equalization tank. We saw the storm actuator up there. So the flow, when it does open, the flow comes into this tank. It's a large tank, several meters deep, and all the while we are adding chemicals. So we're adding aluminum sulfate to act as a coagulant to help the solids stick together and settle down. As the tank level rises and rises and rises, we add chlorine as a disinfectant to kill off any E. coli, bacteria, viruses. As the storm tank again keeps rising in large events like this, then we begin to go into an overflow event where it spills out into the bay, all while we've removed solids and all while we've disinfected the water. Before it reaches the bay, we do one final thing, and that's add calcium thiosulfate, which acts as a dechlorinating agent, so we're not adding that chemical to Georgian Bay.
Is this tank pretty full right now?
This tank is at its max capacity. Our plant is running at its max capacity. The flows from the rain and from the melt events are substantial, and that's why this is occurring right now. So usually what would happen if we had a large flow event, we could fill up this tank, and hopefully that event ceases before the tank spills over into the bay. When that event finishes, we have 2 pumps in here, so we can empty this tank and pump it back through, as it would, through the whole system again. We're at our final effluent channel here. So this is where the water spills out into the channel. It goes through a pipe that goes deep and far out into the bay. In this final effluent channel, we're adding chlorine to disinfect any pathogens that could be harmful to the natural environment. This is the treated water that's left over after we've removed any solids. We're monitoring it, we're sampling it. This instrument here is constantly online and taking samples that we analyze in our lab, and we also send it to a ministry accredited lab for further testing.